Most leaders fail not because they lack strategy, but because they lack humanity. They confuse being tough with being cruel or being kind with being weak. But here's the hot take. Be soft on the person, hard on the problem. Nobody wants a hot-headed, passive-aggressive leader. Use humanity for people, strategy for problems. This episode is about redefining leadership in a way that honors both heart and results. Welcome back to Spark and Hustle, unleashing success in business, life, and beyond. I'm your host, Puneet Kaur. Today, we're diving into leadership, specifically why the best leaders know how to separate people from problems. Leadership isn't about being the loudest voice or the toughest critic. It's about being deeply human with people while being ruthlessly strategic with problems. Because when you blur that line, when you attack people instead of issues, you destroy trust, morale, and culture. Too many leaders fall into one of the three traps: hot-headed leadership. They lose their temper, attack people personally, and create fear. Second is the passive-aggressive leadership. They avoid direct confrontation, but let resentment leak through. The third one is overly soft leadership. They avoid hard conversations, letting problems fester. Each of these three traps destroys trust. People don't want to follow a tyrant, a ghost, or a pushover. They want to follow someone who respects them but won't compromise on the mission. Research in organizational psychology proves it. People perform better when they feel safe. Amy Edmondson's concept of psychological safety shows that teams innovate, take risks, and collaborate when they know they won't be attacked for mistakes. Being soft on the person doesn't mean you excuse bad behavior. It means you critique with respect, not ridicule. And being hard on the problem means you hold a standard, relentlessly pursuing solutions with clarity. What does it mean to be soft on people? It means leading with humanity, listening before judging, asking questions instead of making assumptions, treating mistakes as data, not as evidence of incompetence. When people feel respected, they give more. Compassion isn't weakness, it's a performance multiplier. Being hard on problems means you never let kindness dilute your standards. You separate emotion from execution, diagnose issues with data, not blame, create frameworks for solutions, attack inefficiency, not individuals. Leadership is not about avoiding conflict. It's about directing conflict towards the right target, the problem itself. Satya Nadella, Microsoft's CEO, he revitalized the culture by leading with empathy while driving hard on innovation. Navy SEALs, they emphasize loyalty and care for teammates while being uncompromising on the mission. Your own teams, think about times when you respected a boss who challenged problems but never humiliated people. The pattern is universal. Leaders who win long-term combine humanity with strategy. Here's a framework to practice this balance. Listen. Hear the person fully before reacting. To clarify, separate facts from feelings. Attack the problem. Direct your energy towards solutions, not blame. Close with humanity. End by affirming the person's value. This keeps you soft on people and hard on problems every single time. In this hot take of an episode, we are going to talk about a book called Leaders Eat Last by Sinek. If you've heard him, he got really famous for The Power of Why. And in this book, Leaders Eat Last, he explains why most effective leaders create cultures of trust and safety. Drawing from biology and case studies, he shows that human beings are wired to thrive in environments where leaders protect, nurture, and empower their teams. Great leaders put people first, not through coddling, but by creating conditions where people feel safe to take risks and grow. This means being compassionate with individuals while being uncompromising on mission clarity and standards. The book emphasizes that leadership is not about power or status, but about responsibility. When leaders eat last, serving their people first, they build organizations that win long term. Here are two quotes I absolutely loved from the book. First one is, leadership is not about being in charge. It's about taking care of those in your charge. The second one is the true price of leadership is willing to place needs of others above your own. Thank you for tuning in to Spark and Hustle. If this episode hit home, share it with the leader who needs to hear it. Stay bold, stay soft, and keep going.